Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wildermyth. I am Elmaron, and let's just jump right in. I never remember what I was doing. Well, this time I do. I was just doing it yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. I'd even already told people to go places, so cool. Let's see where everybody ends up. The story continues. The Library of Light. I've heard many versions of this story. I used to collect them, try to piece them together. According to most tellings, the Library of Light was built out of peat clay, all dug and wheeled load by load out of the monster deeps. Most say the Morningstar sorceress, Ryan Cam, brought the library into being. Some storytellers have it that she enlisted the aid of dreamweavers and mortificers. When it was built, the monsters destroyed each other in their greed, as monsters will. In some stories, she ends up shouldering an eternal debt to some lostling or nether beast. That comes with awful interest, I'm sure. There's the one where she visits the spirit realm. I don't remember why. I don't think anything happens. Maybe she just wanted to visit. The consensus is that she was a seeker of wisdom, someone who saw knowledge itself as the greatest treasure, the highest goal. Of course, half of history never happened, so... Her name and the deeds that went with it might be one more easy fiction. If the library is real... Can you imagine it? A limitless and ever-growing trove of books? Every volume that's been written? Every scroll? Every epic? They'll arrive the next day. How should they spend the night? Hermione's a talkative cat. We're going to do conversation. The fire is high and their friendship deepens. The night gives them courage. But the next morning they'll reach their goal. And find it guarded. Dun dun dun. Everybody gets +2 damage for the first 3 turns, and I'm facing the Hill Guardian, a ponderous bulk that moves with an unexpected delicacy. Oh right, that's the spear. The spear has a range of 2, so I can actually, if I had an extra move here, I could hit it from there. I don't. Let's go and Guardian up. Splinter Salvo sounds amazing. Can I? I can. Goodbye to your armor. And I think that means we win. Sorry, Guardian. A tier 2 mace. Let's see, Buster had a tier 1 mace that was stone. This one's tier 2. Oh, Buster and Jimbo are retiring at the end of this chapter. Fortunately, it's the last chapter in this campaign. You know what? I'm just going to give it to him in the empty slot. Why not? Ooh, the Spell Shard artifact, +1 potency. But it's an offhand. Yeesh. You know, I do hate to, I'm going to give it to Pegret just in case she picks up a one-handed weapon. Well, what do you call that? A golem? I feel like that's a good sign. Is that a good sign? Of course. How would anyone make a golem without books? Oh. Golem books. Ryan Cam rather famously recorded that there were 2 ways a traveler would be able to locate her library. The first would be that it might appear to them when they most needed knowledge, for if knowledge alone were what they sought, a star might guide them, shining even by day. That's not very helpful. What's the second way? Just how big it is. The interior of the library is a symphony of sunlight, playing for a frozen ballet of crammed shelves. The air is so fresh, but so old. Every space is crowded with volumes. Could get lost forever in here. This is what dreams look like. Can you even dream this? The library was a dream. That's how it began. Why I studied magic all my life? Same as every magician. I wanted to make my dreams real. I didn't understand then. When dreams come true, the burden is on you to let them go. No dream nests one place for long. Enjoy it. Release it. Journey on. The library was a dream, and that's what it must remain. Those who leave it will never find their way back. Hermione, many days later. We need to leave, Jimbo. No, we need to leave. Oh. Something I realized, I guess. I'm not sure when. Maybe it was when I thought of this journey we authored together. In fact, all of it. Not just this journey, but the many others. I'm glad we came here. Glad we found it. Saw it all. I've always been afraid to write my own stories. Afraid they'd end up nowhere and matter to no one. But I think that could be the next dream for me. Hermione, what if you can't go back? In stories, isn't that the rule? That you can only visit it once? You know, I've been reading since I was small. Books by heroes and half-crazies. Fiction of all kind and quality. What I'm thinking now is, it's time I start putting life into my own words. Ooh, plus 30% health. We could do blinding. We could put a trap that will pin the enemy. We could upgrade ambush. Why not? We'll do traps. Like cats. They're notorious bellies. Let's see. It's probably best to put the bridge here. That'll be, I think, the straight path. Guys, go build the bridge first. Alright, and then these three can scout. Oh. That's the final location. Okay. Well, you know what? I should patrol. It'll slow them down. There we go. Bridge built. Now. Jimbo and Pegrit are called to a hill village where an acquaintance of theirs has lost her husband. After this rain comes, the farms will prosper again. Is that really what's on your mind right now? It's been a dry winter. That's all I mean. The funerary rites are brief. The crowd that's gathered is impressive for such a small town. As mourners disperse, Jimbo and Pegrit spot Scylla standing by a flower-strung cart bearing a leaf-shrouded body. Scylla, we were sorry to hear about Loctus. A lot of folks came. Ah, friends. How many years has it been? They go with her up the road to her home on the hill. You lose perspective sometimes. Easy to do, sadly. You think you'll have years together, decades. From your first cake to your middle years, old age then, but the two help Scylla transfer the shrouded body to a small, prepared clay room beside the house. They settle inside and she tells them of her plan, and of the provincial custom she's observing. Green veiling, it's called. A woven shroud of dawnsword. Dawnsword grows thick around here. In the little woodlands, you'll see. It's a strong aroma. The body stays fresh, sometimes as long as 4 years or 5. We hill folk will generally build a clay home for the departed on the house's shady side. A wadchen is the old word for it. It means memory house. And he'd normally lie there for his term. When the shroud of Dawnsword turns black, he'd be buried. There's something very silencing in that. I think it's a good tradition. But I don't plan on waiting. You don't plan to wait? So you plan to bury him soon? Tonight even? No. My husband Loctus and I will be going on a journey, and I hoped you'd come along. Crack. Oh. A hard, sudden rain falls, chittering and droning like a swarm. Yes, I'd hoped you'd come. Be our escort. It's a dangerous world, and you're both strong. Stronger even than I remembered. Well, we're here to help. You're in favor, right, Jimbo? Yep, right. Okay. We'll get to the rest of the game someday. This is a rather poignant story to show up for this playthrough. Just west of Dwinivia's memorial, Scylla leads her oxen cart carrying the body of her husband down through the hills into the arms of an old forest. Mist rolls in as twilight takes hold behind a cloudy sky. This forest was named Laganed when it was on maps. Absent forest, it meant. Sounds like we'll have a story to tell. Place I'm looking for shouldn't be far. Can I ask about Loctus? I don't think either of us ever met him. I remember you talking about him. I'm sorry, he never came with me to Briskflume. Always wanted him to, but he was never quite well enough, and he insisted on staying home to tend the farm. We met when we were both young, and we liked to laugh, prank, and start trouble. It's going to sound sappy if I start telling you how we knew we belonged together, how it felt like fate, so I won't. We built the farm there, on the rocky hill. He liked the farm, Loctus. He was a thoughtful and willful man. Shy, though. He was born with an illness that never fully left. Our good times were great. But our bad times, when he couldn't rise from bed, those made my heart splinter. And one day, it shattered. If there's one thing I know, it's that I don't want to live in that empty house without him. The forest had been dead quiet when they entered, and as they've gone deeper, noises have filtered into hearing. Drips, scrapes, low trills. The smells have turned richer, of damp earth, spicy bark, quilted mosses in purple, green, and beige. Soon the ox halts. They come into a clearing where a goddess lives. Oh. Scylla? Yes, I intended to find her. The reason I brought Loctus here, the reason I'm here, and you're here. Oroway, she's a goddess of borders and in-betweens. This realm of hers welcomes both dead and living. So I'm here to join him. Loctus and I can be together still. Scylla, you're not thinking straight. I know how deeply you loved him, but... Look, it's this forest. I read about it. This goddess, Oroway, rules it, like a region between our world and a place for the departed. I suppose it exists for us, for those like us. A place Loctus can be without pain, and I can be with Loctus. Oroway is one of the oldest gods or spirits there is. She won't ever release you. I won't be able to leave this place, but why would I wish to? I'll still live. He will too. We'll just live here. You have to understand. This is what I want. All I need is for you to help me complete the ceremony and take the poor ox back with you. You two are lovers, aren't you? What wouldn't you risk to stay together? So, it's an interesting choice. And In the real world, I would definitely go with choice 1, where we don't let her do this. But in this world, there is a magic. And I think it makes sense. I don't know. Like I say, it's really poignant and kind of striking hard to home. But in the end, I do think it should be her choice. It's a courageous choice, and hopefully not unwise. We'll only learn by doing, of course, so what's the process? We'll lay us both at the foot of the shrine, and then she'll test us. Oroway will. Her own people long ago were turned to stone. This realm was for them. It stands to reason she'd want to protect them. It is dangerous. We must duel Oroway's guardian. It's why I needed you along, but if you decline, I'll understand, and I'll fight it alone. You're not a fighter, Scylla. Hold on to Loctus. We'll beat whatever she puts in front of us. They pull Loctus's shrouded body from the cart bed. True to its reputation, the woven vines of Dawnsward have kept him perfectly preserved. With Loctus across Silas's lap, the two rest at the foot of Oroway's shrine. Goddess Oroway, hear me. Beneath your mercy lie two who wish to roam your realm together, live in your lands and laugh again. Please, permit us to stay. Send your guardian and my champions shall stand to fight it. Send your guide, and my love and I shall go behind. Garlands of mist wrap and twist round boughs, statues, arms and legs, and over their damp, dusted cheeks. The quiet air clumps in their throats. But then... The voice of Oroway is a groan, far away and felt more than heard. It's in the stones and roots, and rises from somewhere deep down. Truth is tested. A noise nears them, crashing through the trees. Retainer of the old god. Its inscrutable stony head turns to follow each sound, each movement. Its body crunches and crackles, leaping violently forward. I probably didn't need all three of them for this. Oh well, I might not kill it all at once. No trouble. Ooh, upgrade to Bard. Plus 50% stunt chance to all allies within 5 tiles. Riposte, counterattack after a successful melee, or Broadswipe steals 4 damage to everybody within range. That's actually really good. But I'm going to upgrade Bard. Alright, armor and potency. I'm going to give it to Margie. The Guardian falls, its great stone knees clattering apart, rolling in the moss. The wheeling rocks gather dust and shadows as they settle, until they look like they've rested there for centuries. The glade goes calm. And then Scylla starts to fade. Goddess? The wrapped body of Loctus across her lap seems to lose its substance. She has time to say, "Thank you, friends." And she's gone. Well, now that's done. Where's the ox got to? Yeah, good thinking. They find it not far off, lowing pleasantly and munching clover. This is the world up here, the world we know. But now it's tempting to ask, How many other worlds are there? I love when you get that curious light in your eye. You're up still? Reading? I picked these up around the stones, where Scylla disappeared. Didn't even think about it. I'm making notes. They returned to the farm Scylla and Loctus once built. They set things in order and see that it passes to a worthy family. Then they're on their way again. The road is pale, splotched and torn in places with ruts and grass. Stretches of the journey are entirely wordless. You're not quite happy, are you, love? Still thinking of Scylla's choice? No, it's just... Those memories. Old wishes of ours. It's hard to let the good things go. I know it is, and I feel... Sometimes The wind picks up. I don't know. Me too. A road the color of old canvas billows in front of them, behind them. Ooh. Paladin is exactly what he needs because he's very slow. He'll automatically go into a guard when he ends his turn, which is really what I need him to do. Alright, let's go recruit somebody. Yay! Ooh, 25 whole legacy points. Fantastic. So I could pick from my legacy. There's a bunch of people here that I could bring along. But I think what I want to do is bring in one more person. And this is going to be the cat Maya. We adopted her after we moved away from Alaska, and we had a gray cat named Mercury. And he ran away after we moved, and he was kind of Mom's cat. And we never saw him again. But we adopted Maya after that, and she was great. It's a white and black cat. She had a little stuffed fox she liked to lie with. She's not the tallest cat. She was a little bit of a soccer ball by the time she left us, but she was a good cat. She was with us for over a decade, and I think it was only after she left that they got Margie, but they got Buster and Hermione when Maya was still around, so she got to experience those two. She wasn't happy with that, but so you're gonna be Maya. Just saying, reasons to not get a cat. They aren't dogs. They are evil little devils. Furballs, gross. Did I mention they aren't dogs? This is very interesting coming from a character I've named after a cat. Aren't you being a little harsh? Cats have feelings too, and they're very lovable. Sorry, as you can tell, I'm not a cat person. At all. Yes. Maya, have you ever owned a cat? No, and I never will. Trust me, everyone hates cats until they get a cat. Sounds like complete rubbish if you ask me. You have been chosen. She has been chosen! You said you didn't want me, but you got me anyway. I held on to you tightly. All my life I've been astray. Perhaps your heart was frozen, 'cause cat love you've never felt. Now you, my friend, are chosen. It's your heart I'm here to melt. Hooray! This is definitely from one of the mods. Okay. Oh my goodness, she gets to have a cat. That's fantastic. Quelling moss poison. Ooh, quelling moss is good. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's see. Let's build a pass with those 4. All right, and let's do this fight with these 3. The sun's fallen and a silver fog floats from the trees where shadows pool. Buster's voice. Margay, stop for a second. Zarn won't want to lose you. Can't remember a gloom like this. You? Listen, the twilight birds are silent. The quiet forms a fence around them, impenetrable, the whirling air almost utterly opaque. Zarn? I think we need to not stand here. Let's get to the trees. At least those are solid. They halt just inside the shelter of the pines, the dark air clinging wet. The trunks they press to dampen their palms. I don't like tree clinging, generally. And then something vast moves beside them. Slow, achingly slow. It passes, too enormous to be seen, impossibly silent. What? Night's fallen. The fog wanders away, clinging to the felty outline of that gargantuan shadow. We could either wait for Zarn, or we could go after it now. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Come on, Buster. We won't go too far. Still within shouting range. Remember, we both saw it at the same time, so if... The night, emptied of silence, fills again with noise, crickets and owls and scuttling ferrets. Approximating where the giant had passed, they search. There are no footprints. Or are there? Pools of green light are spaced along between the unbroken pine trunks, perhaps at distances to match the thing's huge strides. Even as they watch, the light pools rapidly shrink into the ground, drying, sinking, perhaps just fading like starlight. Margay runs to stoop over one of these and scrapes the earth away with the butt of her crossbow. Careful. They pluck a glowing seed from the ground as it tries to burrow deeper. It slips their grasp, but then floats, settling in the air. Think we've got some flies to swat. Snatching the seed, Margay secures it in their pocket. This is shouting distance, right? It's certainly worth a try. Zarn? Zarn finds them. But so do their enemies. Oh no! No walling. Okay, so we've got Thrusks, clamoring, clattering, it cries out in a doubled voice. We've got Dweavers. Its head weaves in odd patterns, eyes shine like moons, hissing suddenly it looms to strike. And we've got a Bard. Ponderous and expressionless, its heavy carapace begins to rattle, then to sing. The world changes. So these are Thrixel. No, a stone spirit. Oh, you're coming towards us. Hang on. It's a stone. What do I not have? Sword. Of course I don't have anybody with sword. Two-handed spear. Wand. Zarn, my friend. Stone Spirit, be still. We're not going to hurt you. Okay. You're going to get a stone wand. The leaf wand is probably better for him, but sure, why not? Let's see. Nobody's in range. Walling doesn't do me any good anyway, so let's just go. And we're going to explode a bench on them. Poor saps. Ah. So Thrixll like to interfuse with things as well. They mess with reality. The Dweaver will use it to teleport. That Bard will do that. The Thrusks will use it as a basically they'll explode the area around the thing they're interfused with. Let's back away from that. Let's see. That might kill the Thrusk. Perfect. Ow. Ow. Those things attack twice. Sure, that'll work. And he's going to do that. Yeah, alright, fine. That's all fine. If I can kill the Bard, that will get the stridulation go away, and then the Thrusk is a lot easier to kill. Just in case this doesn't kill the Thrusk here, but it did. There we go. Alright, stunt chance. Once again, the night air belongs to the songs of ordinary creatures. Everyone still here? I hate a night battle. Keep knocking into trees. Margie and Buster recount what they saw. A colossus striding silently through the silver fog. Zarn never saw more than the great banks of mist separating them. They make us further search for sign of the giant's passing, but are forced to camp precious hours from sunrise, having found nothing. Later. You're an enigma, little seed. Margie plants it on a sun-blessed hillside in a bed of soft earth. Who knows what will sprout? Oh no. Something in the Thrixll deck. I'm so worried. Alright. Do just a little teeny bit more. Oh no, I don't like you. More armor on the Gorgon, that's not great. More health on the Bogmore, that's not great. But I definitely don't want the Bartoth right now. Okay. Warding, huh? I'll give it to Maya because she's brand new. And then we'll scout this one. And we're going to send these people up to scout here. And we're going to patrol that. And we're going to patrol this. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's not as long as the last video I did, but I'm... Oh, I see. That noise was things being infested again. So, but it's going on time for me to start looking into dinner and feeding the cats and all that. Oh, that got infested too. Oh dear. So next time we'll fight this battle. We'll work on clearing that bit out. And we'll come down here and deal with that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, shoot. There's an incursion coming. Oh, dear. I wonder where that's going to end up going. If it's here, I can handle it. If it's not, I guess we'll find out next time. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.